Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 anime fights that blew everyone away. For this list, we'll be looking over the battles seen across anime that left audiences stunned with their visuals, fluidity, and overall impact. Number 20, Luffy and Yamato vs Kaido. One Piece. The Straw Hat Captain's ongoing duel with the Draconic Emperor is one of the greatest battle sagas the franchise has ever known. And just when we thought it couldn't get any more epic, along came Yamato to really tip the scales. Between Luffy's newfound mastery of Ryo, along with Yamato's own titanic strength, even Kaido's seemingly invulnerable frame began to falter, and with him, the notion that the new generation finally has the power needed to uproot all the old evils, starting with the big bad dragon of Wano. Number 19, Vanitas vs Noi, the case study of Vanitas. Even the best of friends fight, though maybe not as frantically or with as much collateral as these two. Driven to breaking point due to Vanitas' refusal to reveal a way to save someone close to him, Noi lets his vampire self out of the bag. With a theme park serving as their battleground, both the mystical doctor and the gentleman bloodsucker let their inner monsters run rampant. And along the way discover much more about the hefty baggage both of them share as men of peace in a world of death. Number 18, Bojji vs Boss, Ranking of Kings. It's a battle of succession, one that proves it's not the size of the king in the fight, but the size of the fight in the king. Refusing to yield due to the promise he made to his corrupt friend Miranjo, Boss threatens his former retainers and family, only for Bojji to accept his challenge. What follows is a pure demonstration of just how much of an unorthodox, yet unstoppable swordsman Bojji is, countering every blow his father sends down. Throw in Studio Wit's next-level animation and you've got a stunning finale that displayed why everyone should bow to Bojji. Number 17, Pikachu vs Charizard, Pokemon. It's about as classic a setup as you can imagine, everyone's favorite Pokemon going up against arguably the most iconic Pokemon of all time. Only this time it's the final bout in a tournament, and the animation is so flash, you'd swear they poured all of Team Rocket's budget into it. With the championship on the line, Ash's Pikachu brings the literal thunder against Leon's monster of a Charizard. And while it's certainly a close call, the win falls on the Electric Mouse's tiny shoulders as it brings home the gold. Number 16, Mirko vs Nomus, My Hero Academia. And this is how you establish yourself as best girl in a single episode. While practically every pro hero is launching an assault on the Paranormal Liberation Front's twin bases, it falls to the muscular goddess of a bunny girl to take down the slumbering Shigaraki, though not before she has to contend with a swarm of killer Nomus. While certainly outgunned, the world's strongest gym bunny doesn't let anything hold her back, using her enhanced agility and killer legs to brutalize every foe in her path. She's got thighs that can literally tear your head off, and we're here for it. Number 15, Everyone vs Cell Max. Dragon Ball Super Superhero. The original Cell may have been perfect, but its duplicate got twice the size and twice the firepower. When the crazed creation goes on a rampage, it falls to every fighter to try and bring it down before it decimates the whole planet. For hardcore fans, watching Piccolo and Gohan attain ascended forms for the first time in forever was a joy to behold. Once again tipping the scales of the universe's most powerful warriors. Cell Max may be colossal in size, but against an orange-shaded Namekian and Gohan's Beast Mode, it stood no chance. Number 14, David vs. Adam. Cyberpunk Edgerunners. There's no happy endings in Night City, but we'll be damned if David didn't struggle to the very end to earn his. Driven to his physical and mental limits by cyberpsychosis, David nonetheless goes all out to infiltrate Arasaka and save his beloved Lucy. Despite dips of insanity, he actually succeeds. At least until Adam Smasher enters the picture. The chromed-up Choom may have willpower to spare, but he's tragically underprepared for Adam's superior tech, leading to David being literally torn apart. He may never get to the moon, but at least he saved what he cherished most. Number 13, Denji vs. Bat Devil. Chainsaw Man. There's nothing Denji won't do to cop a feel, even if it means having to hack and slash his way through a giant demonic bat. But after being transformed into a chainsaw hybrid and roped into working as an agent for public security, Denji finds himself in the awkward position of having to save his new partner, currently held in the belly of the Bat Devil. Free to run wild, the Bat Devil's superior strength proves to be meaningless against a man with chainsaws attached to every limb. Bloody, satisfying, and a perfect demonstration of how you should never underestimate Denji. Number 12, Everyone vs. Poochie. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean. Every JoJo finale is an event unto itself, but we've never had one that reset the entire universe. Thanks to the power of his new stand, Made in Heaven, Poochie succeeds in his goal of causing the universe to drastically accelerate until it effectively restarts. Without the likes of Jolene and Jotaro on account of him murdering them prior to the reset. Mercifully, just before Poochie can claim an absolute victory, the combined effort of everyone's stands allows them to effectively reset the reset. It's beautifully bittersweet in that, while Poochie and Dio's legacies are finally finished, the cost was pretty Number 10, Brawler vs. Master. Akudama Drive. By far the standout of this underrated neon-drenched fever dream, the final confrontation between the S-class criminal and the senior executioner was hysterically awesome. With the rain-soaked fairground serving as the backdrop, we're presented with two diametrically opposed combatants, but who share a similar soul when it comes to the thrill of battle. Even when mortally wounded, these two just refuse to stop throwing punches until they push themselves to the edge of death. What else do you expect from the madman who made Danganronpa? Number 9, Maple and Sally vs first level boss, Pooi. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. While we can agree that Maple is the most adorable thing to ever get pulled into the virtual gaming sphere, we weren't expecting her to have such killer fight animation. Teaming up with her bestie to take on a dungeon boss, the battle here is shockingly top tier. Not every day do you see a cinnamon roll unleash a massive hydra to tear apart a giant deer, only for her cute ninja friend to come in and punch the damn thing into oblivion. Pooi is hardcore, never forget. Number 7, Don Devimon vs Metal Greymon, Digimon Adventure. One of the most explosive moments in this reboot thus far, fans who have been waiting for the action to pick up again were treated to this insanity. After Tai gets eaten, Metal Greymon goes full-on berserk, to the point where he dark digivolves into longtime antagonist Machine Draymon and goes on the warpath. This is the first time we've seen this kind of violence in the show, made all the better thanks to some truly slick animation. Number 6, Ogen vs Forest Demon, Fire Force. Turns out this guy wasn't just an extra wheel after all. Backed into a corner against a horde of infernals, Ogen throws himself into the heat of battle to give Shinra and the others some cover. While the average fire soldier wouldn't usually stand a chance against a demon, Ogen proved to be an exception, all thanks to the power of his flamey ink. Generating enough force to match the captain of the 1st Division, Ogen got to dunk on the former White-Clad for an exceedingly lengthy amount of time. Number 5, Sieg vs Kana, Fate Apocrypha. This is what it looks like when you blow your budget in a single fight, and throw in 2 kitchen sinks for good measure. Say what you will about Apocrypha's story, the confrontation between the Homunculus and the Lancer of Red was a tour de force of destruction. An endless slew of noble phantasms combined with psychedelic animation. The whole thing really pushes the boundary of just how much you can fit into a single fight. Number 4, Bell vs Asterus. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? The ball is back, and this time no amount of firebolts are going to save Bell from getting bucked. Despite losing much of his body, the former dungeon beast demands a rematch against the adventurer who bested him before. Naturally, you'd think with way more waifus to fight for, Bell would be able to repeat history, only this time he was utterly thrashed. Even without a weapon, Asterius' raw strength proved to be too much for even Hestia's future hubby to handle, and that looked like it bloody hurt. Number 3, Regg vs Bondrewd, Made in Abyss, Dawn of the Deep Soul. Moments after witnessing one of the saddest moments in the franchise with the death of Prushka, this sequel movie gave us a severe case of whiplash as we were thrown into this unexpectedly incredible boss fight. Both armed with crazy weaponry, Regg and his incinerator take on Bondrewd's immense arsenal. With the latter suffering from the curse of the abyss, it becomes a frantic fight for survival as the two try to blast each other to pieces while crawling their way out of a gigantic pit. The fact Bondrewd has deconstructed orphans as power sources is just the depressing cherry on top. Number 2. Berkuli vs Dark God Vector. Sword Art Online Alicization, War of Underworld. At long last, an amazing SAO battle that doesn't revolve around Kirito. As the conflict against the Dark Territory continues to escalate, the former leader of the Integrity Knights crosses swords with the invader leading the charge, who just so happens to have an avatar leagues beyond anything Underworld can handle.
582お前何か狙っているな
Despite losing an arm, Berkuli still finds a way to win the day by slashing away Vector's past, effectively wiping him out in a single stroke. How can something so savage look so beautiful?
してやったぜお前の過去
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Yuji vs Mahito. Jujutsu Kaisen.
こんなもんかな
Not saying our boy Gojo doesn't deserve any recognition, but nothing could compare to seeing Yuji beat in the face of this malicious curse. After watching Mahito so gleefully kill Junpei via a horrific transformation, Yuji loses it. Channeling his inner Sukuna, Yuji proceeds to smash apart Mahito, causing serious damage due to the force of his fists, able to alter the shape of a person's soul. While both lived to fight another day, the frantic exchange was nonetheless wholly cathartic. Next time, Yuji, go for the nuts.
だよな殺してやれって
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.